Now at 6:30, we've heard a lot of discussion recently about the governor's power during the pandemic, especially around restrictions for businesses and requiring proof of vaccination. So what authority does the governor have during an emergency like this? Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez is getting answers.
Put simply, the governor has broad authority during an emergency to make rules and establish limits on activities. But that's not to say that those decisions can't be challenged. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Governor Kate Brown has used her executive authority to put limits on the activities of Oregonians and Oregon businesses, with the stated intention of protecting health and safety and preventing hospital systems from being overwhelmed. As weeks of restrictions became months, more people came to criticize those restrictions, some calling it government overreach. But legal challenges to her policies have been largely unsuccessful.
Governor Brown is relying on the emergency authority that has been delegated to her by the legislature and that the Supreme Court of Oregon has upheld once already.
Paul Diller, a law professor at Willamette University, says that doesn't mean Brown's policies can't be challenged. With the recent mandate that businesses check customers' vaccination records before allowing them to remove their masks, for instance, he sees the potential for legal challenges under the Americans with Disabilities Act or the Civil Rights Act in the right situations.
Her emergency authority cannot override federal law under the Supremacy Clause of the United States Constitution.
The state legislature could also vote to limit the governor's emergency powers. Recently, lawmakers considered a bipartisan bill that would allow the governor to extend a state of emergency by a maximum of 30 days, unless the governor convenes the state legislature and issues a written statement explaining why the state of emergency should be extended.
It wasn't because of anything the governor did. It was just as we entered the state of emergency, I kind of realized how sort of loosely written our emergency powers rules were.
Marty Wilde, a Democrat, co-sponsored the bill.
Just like a court could strike down a governor's order if it was exceeded her authority, we wanted the ability to come back periodically to check in and make sure that things were still going in a way that was agreeable to everyone.
That bill hasn't made it to the House floor for a vote just yet, but Wilde says he's confident that it will eventually. Also, the state legislature can at any time overturn the state of emergency with a simple majority vote. I'm Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.